I'm Brenda, and I'm so glad that you're joining me today. We're going to do a basic yoga practice, which is great for beginners because we're going to cover all the poses that you might find in a beginner's yoga class. We'll do some seated openers, and then we'll go into standing, and then transition into sitting, and then finally a relaxing savasana. But even if you've been doing yoga for a very long time, it's always great to get back to the basics. So let's begin. We'll just start with a basic easy pose. So easy pose is sitting cross-legged, but if this doesn't feel comfortable for you today, you can always modify it, maybe having one leg out, or maybe having both feet out with the soles together, or even just seated with your legs apart. So the most important thing to do is to be seated tall. And so we'll start with closing the eyes and begin to relax your body. We're just going to use the breath, maybe breathing in for 4 counts and then breathing out for 4 counts. This nice, even breathing helps to relax the body, helps to bring greater focus into your mind, letting go of your day. So breathing in and then breathing out. And just notice how that simple, regular breathing helps to relax the body. And so we'll take a few breaths here. And as you're breathing and relaxing, take a moment to set an intention for your practice. And this is simply just finding a word or a phrase that you can use as a mantra. A mantra is just something that you repeat over and over again. It will help you bring greater focus into your practice, and it will also allow you to go deeper. So it could be something simple like relax, let go, be still. And we'll just breathe into that intention. So taking one more breath. And as you exhale that breath, bring your chin down to your chest. And relax through the back of your neck and across your shoulders. And then bring your fingertips down to the mat on either side of your hips and walk them out a bit so that your arms are straight. And then from here, as you exhale, we're just going to roll the head over to the left. And I'm going to be mirroring you. So even though I say left, it's my right, but it'll be your left. So let your shoulders relax. You're going to feel a nice stretch all along the right side of your neck. And then exhale to bring it back to center. And on your next breath, roll the head over to your right. Again, continue relaxing the shoulders and feel that stretch on the left side of your neck. On an exhale, bring it back to center. And we're going to clasp the hands, interlacing the fingers, and then stretch the arms out with your palms facing out. Keep your chin tucked in and round your back. And we just want to stretch here in between the shoulder blades, breathing in deeply into that space, releasing any tightness that you might feel there. And then as you breathe in, bring the arms up, straighten your spine, turn your hands to face the top of your head and bring your fingertips out. Breathing in again, we reach up towards the ceiling, bring your arms back by your ears. And as you exhale, lean to your left. And feel a nice stretch all along the right side of the body. And then as you breathe in again, bring it back to center. And exhale to the other side. Feeling that nice stretch all along the left side of your body. And then inhale, bring it back to center. And exhale, release. And let's bring the hands behind the back And we're going to interlace the fingers here. I'll turn to the side so you can see. We're interlacing the fingers, and we're going to bring the arms away from the body, straightening the spine. And then bring the arms away a little bit more and tilt the head back. We just want to get a little opening through the throat. And then on your next breath, we gently release and bring everything back to neutral. From here, notice which leg is in the front of your crossed legs, and we're just going to stretch them out for a moment and wiggle them all around, letting go of any tightness through the joints. And then once you feel complete with that, we're going to recross the legs with the other leg in front. So before I have this leg in front, so now this one is in front. And we're going to loosen up through the midsection of the body into the hips and place the hands on your knees. Take a breath here, and as you exhale, relax forward. And so we're going to continue relaxing through the back of your neck and across your shoulders, all the way down your back into your hips. Just use your breath, remember your intention, your mantra. And from here, as you breathe in, begin to make a half circle, coming around to the back. And then once you've reached the back, as you exhale, complete your circle. And then just find your own pace, breathing in halfway and breathing out the other half. Feel that loosening through the hips, gradually bringing yourself back to the point where you started. You're just going to pause here for a moment, and then when you're ready, go in the other direction, breathing in halfway and breathing out the other half. We'll make one more circle around, eventually bringing yourself back to where you started. And then from there, gently bring yourself back up. And let's come onto our hands and knees. We're coming into what we call tabletop. So we're going to bring the hands so that they're directly beneath your shoulders. Fingers are spread out wide, and the knees are back by the hips, directly beneath the hips, hip distance apart. So we start with a flat back, and as you breathe in, look up and release your belly into cow. And then as you breathe out, look down towards the navel, begin to arch your back into cat. And then just alternate, finding your own breath, your own rhythm, breathing into your cow and breathing out to cat. Do one more. And then from there, bring it back to the neutral tabletop. From here, we're going to curl the toes under, and as you breathe in, straighten your legs, raise your hips up, and bring your head in between the elbows. And we're just going to bend one knee and then the other, what I call walking the dog. And then bring your heels to rest, stretching it out. And as you exhale, bend your knees, bringing them back to the ground. Bring the tops of your feet to the mat, and then sink your sit bones all the way back to your heels. The tummy will come down onto the thighs if this isn't comfortable, or if you're expecting, you want to make space for the baby, and bring your knees as wide as your mat, and then bring your tummy in between your legs. And then stretch out your arms as much as it feels comfortable, and bring your forehead down to the mat. Child's pose is all about surrender. So just really feel yourself letting go, relaxing, breathing. I'll take one more breath here. And then on your next breath, gently bring yourself up out of the pose. If your knees were apart, bring your knees back directly beneath your hips. From here, we're going to curl the toes under, and as you inhale, raise your hips up again, coming into downward facing dog. And we're just going to hold it here for a moment. We're going to press down through the pads of your hands so that you're lengthening and strengthening through your arms, all across your back. And then looking between your hands, you can either hop forward if you've been doing yoga for a while, or if you're just beginning, just walk the feet forward. And we come into a forward bend. And just let your arms dangle, or you can hold on to either elbow. And we use gravity here to release any tightness through the back of the neck and the shoulder areas. So we're just shaking out the head, yes and no. Maybe rolling the shoulders a little bit. And whenever you feel complete, you just bring it into the stillness. We're going to put a little bend into the knees. Keep your chin tucked in as you gently roll the body back up. Keep your chin tucked in all the way up until you're up in a standing pose. And so this is called mountain pose. Cue you all the way from your feet all the way up to the top of your head, because this is a foundation for all of our standing poses. So we'll start at the feet. We want to bring the feet within an inch or two of each other, maybe raising the toes up a bit, spreading the toes out wide, and then just letting them go back down to the ground. We want to feel that equilibrium between the left and the right side of each foot and the front and the back, so that we're perfectly balanced. And then from there, just feel this strength coming into your mountain, through your legs. We want to keep the midsection of the body, the hips and the pelvic area, very neutral, so we're not hyperextended one way or the other, but we're just very neutral. And then from there, we're going to continue drawing the strength up through the body by lengthening through the spine. Feel like you're creating space in between each vertebrae. Keep the shoulders relaxed. We don't want to pull the shoulders up as we're lengthening the spine. Just keep them relaxed, arms relaxed at your sides. Hands can be face out, face in, whatever feels comfortable to you. And then continue lengthening through your neck so that the top of your head feels like it's floating up to the ceiling. So take a breath here, and then release. And so if you're not already, we're going to turn, or I'm going to turn. You're probably already maybe facing the top of your mat. So you want to bring yourself to the space on your mat where you have enough space both in front and behind you. We're going to start with bringing the left leg back. And we want to bring enough space in between that you can comfortably come into bending your right leg and have it be as parallel to the ground as possible. It may not be particularly parallel, mine isn't right here, but what we don't want is to hyperextend through the knee because we want to protect the knee. So you want your knee directly over your ankle. You want to be able to stand upright and see your big toe. Your left foot is going to be angled slightly, and we're going to feel this equal balance between the front and the back of our body. The spine should be fairly straight, and from here we're inhale the arms up, and we're going to be pressing down through the feet as we stretch out through the fingertips. So this is called Hero One, or some teachers refer to it as Warrior One. So breathing into that. And then as you exhale, go ahead and open up your arms into a goalpost position. And the arms should be like in the same plane as your body. And you want to make sure that your elbows aren't sagging, but that your upper arms are parallel to the floor. So we'll take one more breath here. And then as you exhale, go ahead and release the arms and bring the feet back together. And of course, we need to be balanced, and we need to do the same thing on both sides. So bring your right foot back. Again, angling that right foot out slightly, bending into your left knee, being equally balanced. We'll inhale the arms up. Pressing down through the feet, stretching out through your fingertips. Taking one more breath here. And as you exhale, open up the arms into the goalpost position. Feel an expansion through the heart space, maybe even imagining a light there. Take one more breath. And as you exhale, we're going to release down and bring that foot forward again. So for the next one, we're going to bring, and I'm going to be mirroring you this time, we're going to bring the left leg back, and we're going to bring it perpendicular to your right, so that the toes of the one that you brought back are facing the long side of your mat, and the other foot is facing the top of your mat. From here, we're going to bring the arms up into a T, and then bend into that right knee. Again, knee stacked right over your ankle, and we're feeling like our fingers are reaching for either wall here, or if you're outside, just stretching it out. So taking a breath here. This is Hero 2 or Warrior 2. And then bending at the elbow, we want to make a right angle here. Take a breath here, and as you exhale, bring that forearm to rest on top of your thigh and stretch the other one overhead. And we want to keep the front part of the body open. We don't want to collapse like here. We just want to have it nice and open. And then on your next breath, just wave that arm up to help bring you back to your Hero 2. Take another breath here, lengthening through your leg, and then exhale, lower the arms. And then we're going to pivot the foot that was facing the top of your mat to the side of the mat, and the other foot is going to pivot and face the other end of your mat. We'll do the same thing here. Inhale the arms up, look over the other arm and bend into that knee. Remember your intention, your mantra. Taking one more breath. And as you exhale that breath, bend at the elbow and bring that forearm down on top of your thigh and stretch out the other arm. And so in both positions, we're like pressing down through the feet, what we call rooted down or grounding, and we're also stretching out. And then on your next breath, as you breathe in, wave it up to help bring you back to Hero 2. Take another breath and lengthen through your leg. Exhale, lower the arm, and pivot the foot forward. And so let's just kind of pigeon toe and heel toe back in a little bit. We're going to bring ourselves into a balancing pose. So we'll see how balanced I am today. We're going to do tree pose. So we're just going to start with bringing the hands to the heart center and feel that equal balance through the bottoms of the feet. And pretend that you have roots that are going down deep into the ground. And again, mirroring you, I'm going to shift my weight to the left foot and bring my right heel to rest against that left ankle. And so you can stay here, still get the benefits of the pose, or you can bring your foot to the inside of your calf. And find a focal point that's not moving. This is called your drishti. And then when you're ready, you can branch out. And just pretend you're a tree. Feel your tree trunk lengthening. Feel it be nice and strong. We'll take one more breath here. And then on your next breath, bring that knee forward. And exhale, bring everything back. And we come back to pretty much mountain pose. The feet aren't as close together as a mountain, but we're re-rooting. Once again, bringing the palms to the heart center. And we'll shift our weight to the other foot, bringing that opposite heel against the ankle. And then when you're ready, bring that foot to the inside of your calf. And so you can bring it higher. Some people bring it to the inside of the thigh. We just don't want to put it on the knee. A lot of beginners have a tendency to put it on the knee, but we don't want to do that because we want to protect our knees. So just have it be on your calf, branching out. Feel that nice, strong tree trunk. taking one more breath. And then on your next breath, bring the knee forward. And exhale, bring everything back. And let's stand in our mountain pose. And just close your eyes and bring your awareness to any sensations in the body. And so let's do a little flow. This is called a variation of the sun salutation. So sun salutation is a flow that a lot of yoga classes will do, particularly maybe a vinyasa class. Vinyasa is a flowing yoga practice. And so I'm just going to vary it up a little bit. We come to the top of the mat, standing in our mountain pose. And then as you breathe in, bring the arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, do like a swan dive, bringing your arms down at your sides and your fingertips down towards the mat. As you breathe.
Right. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. So on your inhale, bring your arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, swan dive, bringing your hands out at your sides and then fingertips down to the mat. Breathing in, we come up with our hands on the knees and flatten your back. And then exhaling, bend your knees and place your hands flat on your ground. On your next inhale, bring one leg back and then the other leg back. And then exhale, the knees down to the mat. Take a breath here, turning the tops of your feet to the mat. And exhale, bring your sit bones all the way back. We're going to go into child's pose again. Take another breath here. And then on your next inhale, we're going to slither forward like a snake, bringing your chest, your hips are up in the air. Come on through, bringing your chest up. And then exhale, bring it back down. On your next inhale, bring the body up, your chest, your hips. If you're more advanced, you can bring your knees up off the mat. If not, keep them down. And then exhale, bring your hips all the way back, coming into our child's pose. On your next inhale, just gently bring yourself back up. And we're going to bring ourselves into a seated position. So now the rest of our practice will be seated positions. So we're just going to start out in what I call a staff pose. And so we just shift the hips side to side to get your sit bones nice and rooted onto the mat. You might even take your forefinger and your thumbs and just put it in the hip crease and just root your bottom down onto the mat. Legs should just be straight out from your hip bones. Your toes are slightly facing the top towards the ceiling. And we're going to place the hands flat on the floor, either side of the hips. Some people have longer arms and their elbows are bent. Other people have, like mine are slightly short, so my palms don't go all the way down. So everybody's skeletal system is a little bit different, but we want to sit up nice and tall. You want to feel like you're rooting down and that you maybe have like a cord that runs from the base of your spine and then goes all the way out to the top of your head, and somebody's pulling that cord to lengthen each of your vertebrae, making you nice and tall. So from here, turn your palms outward, up towards the ceiling, and as you inhale, bring them up overhead, arms parallel, and then exhale, just hinge from your hips. And we're not going down very far, you just want to relax into this forward bend. And then breathing in, we bring the body back up, and exhale, bring the hands back down to the sides. So we'll do another forward bend, and this one is a little bit more relaxed. We're just going to start out with hands on the knees or the thighs. Maybe a little bend into the knees. You don't want to lock your knees, just have them be relaxed. Take a breath here, and as you exhale, just relax forward, sliding your hands down towards your shins. If you've not done much yoga, you still feel kind of stiff, this may be as far as you can go, and that's just fine. You know, what counts is bringing yourself to the mat and doing a practice. And eventually, you'll be able to go a little bit lower, maybe reaching your ankles. And then maybe reaching your toes. So wherever you are is perfect for today. We're just going to relax the head down. And then just breathe. Just continue breathing. Feel like each breath is expanding all the muscles in your back. Remember the intention that you started out with. Forward bends are all about letting go of stuff from your past, letting go of what's behind you. So just feel yourself letting go of everything, breathing into those spaces. We'll take one more breath here. And then as you breathe in again, we're just going to walk the hands in towards the body to bring yourself up out of the pose, nice and easy. And then I always like to come back to staff pose, just to sit up nice and tall before doing a twist. And just notice how this pose is compared to the first time we did staff. Notice if it feels easier. From here, we're going to do a twist, so let's bring the feet in close to the body. You want to bring it in close enough that you can wrap your left arm around. Again, I'm mirroring you. You want to sit up nice and tall, and then as you breathe in, bring your right arm up, and as you exhale, pivot and bring that hand to rest behind you, looking over that shoulder. And so I'm going to sit sideways so that you can see a side view of this. Each inhale, you're sitting up taller. Each exhale, looking deeper over your shoulder. And then as you inhale, bring your gaze forward. And exhale, release, and we'll do the other side. So wrap the right arm around, sitting up tall. Inhale the left arm up. And exhale, bring it down to rest, looking over that shoulder. And as you can see, I'm not leaning on it. I'm just having it be here as a support for my twist. Take one more breath here. And then bring the gaze forward. Exhale, release. And let's come down onto our mats, laying on our backs. So we're going to bring the feet in close to the heels. Bring the heels in close to your sit bones. And you want to have everything pretty much in alignment, the feet, the knees, and the hip bones. The toes are facing the bottom of your mat. And we're going to bring the hands on either side of the hips, maybe about 4 to 6 inches away from the body. From here, breathe out and flatten your lower back against the mat. And then pressing down through the bottoms of your feet, breathing in, bring your hips up, and then slowly roll the spine up into a bridge pose. And then as you exhale, we're gently going to bring it back down the opposite way that it came up. And so we're going to do this again with a little variation. If you don't want to do the variation, feel free to do the same thing that we just did. So as you exhale, flatten your lower back. Breathing in, raise your hips up and your back, nice and easy. And so you can either stay here or walk your shoulder blades together and clasp your hands underneath your sacrum. And so doing this, we get a little bit more height. We press down through the lower arms and the elbows, raising those hips up towards the ceiling. Taking one more breath. And then as you exhale, we'll gently release everything, bringing your palms face down, and your bottom is going to come down onto the backs of your hands. Notice I have my arms long here, and we're going to straighten out the legs and point the toes. So now we're preparing for fish pose. So we're going to again press down through the lower arms and the elbows and raise the chest up, sliding the head back to come to the tippy edge of the crown of your head so that you're looking behind you. If it feels good, squeeze the shoulder blades together. We want to get a nice openness through the front of the body. back bends are all about moving forward. So feel that freedom, having let go of any stress, any tightness, anything from our past. We're now freer to move forward. So take one more breath here. And as you exhale, we gently release everything, bringing everything back into neutral. We're going to keep our hands right where they are, but bend the legs, walking the heels in closer to the sit bones. Exhale, flatten your back. And then as you inhale, raise your hips up off your hands, slide your hands out, coming up once again into our bridge. And then as you exhale, lower it back down. Once your hips are down, let's bring the legs straight up into the air. And so this is called an inversion. So it's the simplest inversion that we can do. You still get many of the benefits that you would get if you were standing. So we're going to do an inversion, and then this is the easiest inversion that you can do. The hardest one, of course, is standing on your head, so we're not going to do that today. And so the benefits of an inversion are it gets the energy flowing in a different direction. So it gets everything more easily flowing towards your heart and everything, keeping you with a healthier heart. And while our legs are up in the air, I like to do some stretches here. So let's just flex the feet and then point them. And each flex and point, you want to feel that stretch down into the legs. And then rotate your feet around in circles, just because it feels good. Loosening up any tightness maybe around the ankles. And whenever you feel complete there, just go in the other direction. And then just relax your feet. Let's take about maybe 3 to 5 breaths here. At any time, you can always hold on to the backs of your legs if they get tired, or if you have a strap, you can just put the strap behind your legs and hold on to the ends of the strap just to support them. Or if they get really tired and achy, feel free to bring them down earlier if you need to. The easiest way to do this is to have your legs be up the wall, or maybe over the side of a chair or a couch or something. That feels really good. So let's just take one more breath here. And then as you exhale, go ahead and bend your knees and bring them into your chest. We're going to place the hands on the kneecaps and just gently circle the knees. And you're going to feel a little massaging on the backs of your hips, all around your sacrum area, maybe into your lower back. The circles can be big or little. Just play around and see what feels good here. And then whenever you feel good going in this direction, go in the other direction. Just a nice way to do a self-massage. So let's bring it back into the center. Bring your knees in as close as you can. From here, we want to bring the arms out into a T. And as you exhale, lower your knees over to your right. And you want to try to keep your knees stacked as much as possible. If you feel tight through the hips, you can go ahead and hold your hand by your hips. You can hold your hand on your top of your outer thigh, or you can just keep your arms straight out. And then we'll do a little reclining twist, looking over the other direction. And so I'm going to look towards the camera here so that you can hear me. So we want to keep both shoulders as close to the ground as possible. But your skeletal system may not allow for that, or you may feel tight today. So wherever you are, again, just remind yourself is great and perfect for today. So on your next breath, we're going to bring the knees back to the center, bring your gaze back to center, and then lower the knees over to the other side, and we'll look over to the right. And so twists, this is a reclining twist, the seated twist we did earlier. They're really nice for your spine,
Keeps all the synovial fluids flowing more easily through the body, bringing greater flexibility, helps to release any tension. Taking one more breath here, and then on your next breath, bring everything back to the center. Let's hug the legs in again and just gently rock side to side. Massaging your back. One more little massage before we bring ourselves into our final relaxation. So let's go ahead and bring it into the stillness and stretch your legs out. And let's stretch the arms overhead, making yourself as long as you can, pointing your toes, stretching out your fingers, breathing in. And then as you breathe out, relax, and let's bring the arms down at the sides, a few inches away from the body. Palms face up is generally the most relaxed. So you just lay here in relaxation, and I'm going to guide you in your relaxation. And I'm going to bring myself to a seated position, but you stay laying down. So as you settle into your mat, just let your feet relax out to either side. Keep your feet relaxed. Soften through your knees. Then relax your ankles and into your lower legs. Feel any tightness leaving your calf muscles. Soften through your knees and then relax your thighs, your quads, your hamstrings. Just feel everything in your lower part of your body, letting go. Letting your hips sink deeper into your mat. And release any tightness that you might feel in the back, from your lower back all the way into your upper back, into your shoulders, letting go of any tension. Just breathe and relax. Relax all the way down your arms, from your upper arms, all the way out through your hands, fingers, and thumbs. Just feel each breath relaxing through the front of the body, into your belly, relaxing all of your organs, softening the belly, letting go of any tightness in the chest, opening up through the collarbones, and into your throat and neck. And then finally, relaxing your jaw, we'll move into the face, relaxing around your mouth and your cheeks, your eyes, your forehead, and your scalp. And so we'll just relax here for a few moments. Just let your breath be normal, nice, even breaths. So gently bring your awareness back into this space, making any subtle movements like wiggling the toes and the fingers, maybe rotating the feet around the ankles and the hands around the wrists. And then taking your time, just bring your knees into your chest to give yourself a hug, rocking gently side to side. And then eventually bring yourself to your right side. And so we're just going to relax there for another moment. Bring yourself into awareness of all the space that has opened up in your body through our practice today. Breathing into that, feel the new energy flowing more freely through the body. The word yoga means to yoke. We connect our mind, our body, our breath, our spirit. And so breathe into that connection. And then again, taking your time, use your hands to gently bring yourself back up to the seated position. Let's bring our palms to our heart center. And again, close your eyes. And we're going to close with one Om. So Om is this vibration that we make, this vibrational sound that helps us connect with everything around us, creating oneness. So it's just a long, extended Om sound. So together, we'll just breathe out. From here, bring your hands to your forehead. This is called the third eye, the space in between the eyebrows. And we bow to one another in Namaste, which means the light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for your practice. Have a wonderful day.